Most people believe power is something you gain. More money, more influence, more confidence, more knowledge, more connections. But what if the real path to power isn't about adding? It's about removing? Look closely at the people who seem impossible to manipulate. They aren't necessarily the smartest, or the richest, or the most talented, yet they remain calm under pressure. They aren't desperate for approval. They don't explain themselves to everyone. They don't chase every opportunity. And somehow, people naturally respect them. Meanwhile, many hardworking people remain stuck, not because they're incapable, but because they're carrying invisible habits that quietly drain their influence, habits they don't even realize exist: the desire to be liked, the need to explain, fear of missing out, emotional reactions, oversharing, people-pleasing. Each one seems harmless. Together, they quietly steal your power. The tragedy is that most people spend years trying to improve themselves, without first removing the things holding them back. Centuries ago, Niccolò Machiavelli understood this principle. Sometimes becoming powerful isn't about learning something new. It's about quietly eliminating what makes you weak. Machiavelli rarely focused on becoming more. Instead, he focused on becoming less vulnerable, less predictable, less emotional, less dependent on the approval of others. He observed rulers who gained kingdoms and rulers who lost everything. The difference wasn't luck. It wasn't intelligence. It was discipline. Power, he believed, belongs to those who remove weaknesses before chasing strengths. Today's world is no different. The most influential people often appear ordinary because their greatest advantage isn't what they display. It's what they've quietly eliminated. Today we'll uncover 10 things Machiavelli would remove from his own life if he wanted to become powerful in the modern world. Some will surprise you. Others may completely change the way you think. For over 5 centuries, Machiavelli's observations have shaped political strategy, leadership, negotiation, and human psychology. His masterpiece, The Prince, wasn't written to glorify cruelty. It was written to reveal reality. He studied ambition, fear, trust, power, betrayal, human nature, and one lesson appears repeatedly throughout his work. Power isn't only built, it's protected. And protection begins by removing weaknesses before the world discovers them. Let's begin with the first. Most people chase success by adding skills. More books, more courses, more experience. But they ignore the hidden habits quietly sabotaging every opportunity. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water while 10 holes leak from the bottom. Adding more water won't solve the problem. Closing the holes will. The first hole is perhaps the biggest. Rule number 1. Eliminate the need for everyone's approval. Approval feels comforting, but dependence on approval becomes invisible slavery. The moment your happiness depends on everyone's opinion, you surrender control. A manager constantly avoided difficult conversations because he feared being disliked. Employees respected his kindness, but ignored his authority. Another manager treated everyone fairly while enforcing standards. He wasn't universally liked. He was respected. Years later, only one remained an effective leader. Power grows when your decisions come from principles, not popularity. But approval isn't the only trap. Another habit quietly destroys influence before you even notice. Rule number 2, eliminate oversharing. Not every thought deserves an audience. Not every plan deserves discussion. Information creates leverage. Careless transparency destroys it. An entrepreneur announced every business idea before taking action. Friends applauded. Competitors listened. Months later, others launched similar ideas first. He confused talking with progress. Speak less. Execute more. Mystery often creates more influence than explanation. Yet silence alone won't protect you, because another weakness lives inside emotion. Rule number 3. Eliminate emotional reactions. Anger invites mistakes. Fear invites hesitation. Excitement invites overconfidence. Power belongs to those who respond, not react. After receiving harsh criticism, 2 executives responded differently. One exploded immediately. The other thanked the critic and left. Days later, the calm executive solved the issue. The emotional one lost credibility. The strongest response often arrives after emotion disappears. Controlling emotions creates stability. But another hidden weakness destroys countless opportunities. Rule number 4. Eliminate the need to explain yourself. Many people defend every decision, every absence, every boundary, every opinion. Powerful people don't, because explanations invite debate. Results ended. A successful investor quietly declined an opportunity. Others demanded reasons. He smiled politely. Months later, the investment collapsed. His silence protected both his peace and his reputation. Not everyone deserves access to your reasoning. Sometimes no is a complete sentence. Still, there's another habit that silently weakens confidence: comparison. Rule number 5, eliminate comparison. Comparison creates envy. Envy creates distraction. Distraction destroys focus. Your greatest competition is yesterday's version of yourself. Two artists began their careers together. One spent years tracking competitors. The other obsessed over improving daily. Only one became exceptional. Energy follows attention. Focus on your path, not someone else's timeline. But even focused people lose power through one dangerous behavior: complaining. Rule number 6, eliminate complaining. Complaints rarely solve problems. They advertise helplessness. Every complaint asks the world to notice your weakness. Action earns far more respect. 2 employees disliked the same project. One complained endlessly. The other quietly improved the process. Guess who earned the promotion? Solutions create influence. Complaints create noise. Another silent thief of power is waiting. Rule 7, eliminate toxic relationships. Some people consume energy faster than success can replace it. They criticize, discourage, manipulate, drain. Powerful people choose environments carefully. A businessman surrounded himself with pessimists. Every idea faced ridicule. Eventually, he stopped trying. Years later, after changing his circle, his confidence returned. Nothing inside him had changed. His environment had. Protect your peace by protecting your company. Environment matters, but habits matter even more. Rule number 8, eliminate procrastination. Perfect timing rarely arrives. Opportunity rewards movement, not perfection. One writer waited for inspiration. Another wrote every morning regardless of mood. Only one finished the book. Discipline outperforms motivation. Every time. Yet productivity means little without another quality: humility. Rule number 9, eliminate the need to prove you're smart. The loudest person rarely learns the most. Wise people ask questions. Arrogant people provide answers. During negotiations, one executive dominated every discussion. Another mostly listened. The listener uncovered information worth millions. Curiosity creates intelligence. Ego blocks it. Finally, perhaps the greatest weakness of all. Rule number 10, eliminate fear of being alone. Many people tolerate unhealthy friendships, bad relationships, poor opportunities, simply because they fear solitude. Machiavelli understood something different. A person comfortable standing alone becomes almost impossible to control. A young entrepreneur left an unhealthy business partnership despite uncertainty. Friends called him reckless. Months later, the former partner's company collapsed under dishonesty. His willingness to walk alone saved everything. Loneliness is temporary. Dependence is permanent. Choose wisely. Most people spend their lives asking, "What else do I need to become successful?" Machiavelli would ask a different question. What must disappear? Remove the need for approval. Remove oversharing. Remove emotional reactions. Remove unnecessary explanations. Remove comparison. Remove complaining. Remove toxic influences. Remove procrastination. Remove ego. Remove fear of solitude. Notice something. None of these require money. None require status. None require permission. Only discipline. Power isn't created overnight. It's built quietly, one habit removed at a time. The world often celebrates addition. More followers, more wealth, more possessions, more recognition. But true strength often grows through subtraction. Because every weakness you eliminate creates space for wisdom. Every distraction you remove strengthens your focus. Every unhealthy attachment you release restores your freedom. This is why the most powerful people often appear calm. They're carrying less fear, less ego, less desperation, less noise, more clarity, more discipline, more control, more purpose. That was Machiavelli's hidden secret. Power doesn't belong to the loudest person, or the richest, or even the smartest. It belongs to the person who has quietly removed everything that makes them easy to manipulate. And perhaps that's the greatest transformation of all, not becoming someone new, but becoming someone the world can no longer control. Because when nothing unnecessary controls you, you begin controlling your own destiny. If you're interested in Machiavelli, dark psychology, philosophy, stoicism, self-improvement, human behavior, strategic thinking, and personal growth, this channel is for you. Subscribe for more videos on psychology, power, philosophy, discipline, influence, and mastering human nature.